What is going on, everybody? It is Daniel from Tennis Improvement. Welcome back to a brand new video. So if you guys are new here, Tennis Improvement is a channel where we teach people how to become better tennis players. In today's video, I will be explaining 5 tactics to win tennis matches. So before we begin today's video, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you're new, because we're going to be posting some more content in December since the new year is coming. So let's begin. One more thing to add before we begin is we are starting shoutouts. So if you guys want to be next time's shout out, make sure to comment down below done and like this video or subscribe. Alright everybody, so the first tactic to winning matches is honestly match preparation. So for me, by warming up properly, even if it's just like 10-15 minutes, you'll give yourself a good boost before the match. When I have tournaments personally, I warm up with my dad probably. It honestly just depends how far away the tournament is, but we warm up for 15 minutes just to get the blood flowing, and then we keep warm so we can be nice and ready for the match. If you don't have time, then you just want to hit for a good 20-30 minutes, because then you can get your blood flowing, and then you can have some off-court time before the match. Alright everybody, so the second step to winning matches is starting off the match with high level of focus and consistency, so mainly just intensity. So many players, they make mistakes, and I actually made this mistake of starting out at full speed on their shots, going for maximum power on your serve, hitting hard shots right from the first point, going for winners. Honestly, in my opinion, I think you should start off the match 75% power, get your first few serves in and build a rhythm. So it could mean that you start off with a serve between your first and second and get that consistency going right from the beginning. But if you do this and then build that timing, then your body will probably pick up the speed, and within 2 to 3 service games, you'll have that solid base along with your power. So in those first few games, you will want to develop a solid base along with your power, and that you can build off during the match. So it does mean playing high percentage tennis with consistency, hitting with good margins, constructing your points instead of trying to just end them quickly. And then what I do at the beginning of the game, which I'm definitely still working on, you have to test your opponent's game, see their weakness, what they like, what they don't like. Let's get to the third step. Alright everybody, so the third step is kind of related. It's finding your opponent's weakness. So honestly, we all have weaknesses. No one's perfect. I think in tennis, no one is perfect. Even the pro tennis players, I don't think everybody has perfect strokes. It could be one stroke, it could be your serve, volley, anything. It could be a high backhand for single-handers. It could be dealing with a low ball on the forehand if the player is free to win that match. But it does not mean that you use the same tactic on each and every point, honestly. I've had arguments about this with my dad before. I think that you should not use the same tactic every time. So for example, let's say I have a weak backhand. I don't think my opponent should hit a backhand to me every single time, because then I feel like even though my backhand will be weak, then I could develop this game where my backhand would be much better. I feel like you should use like 80 to 90% of the time, but then there could be some times where you try to, like, hit to their forehand. If like one of their strokes is weak and then one of them is really strong, yeah, then you should do 100% to their weakness. So it means that on the bigger points, use that tactic when you have 30 all, when you have break points, game points, etc. So this is something that I've had trouble with. So how do you find the opponent's weakness? So you test it from the beginning of the match. Honestly, for me, if I was to see, I would see it from the warm-up. But then some people can do it and test them, like with shots. Like they can give them low balls, they can give them high balls, approach their forehand or backhand, see how they deal with being rushed, use every type of serve that you have in your arsenal. And all this time, you should be taking mental notes, and you should be storing that data in yourself like a computer. So you'll quickly piece together their game, and then you can find their weaknesses. Let's move on to the fourth step. So I think that this is really important. So you should try to play each point as if it's the only one, because what if it's a tight match, You should play every point so it doesn't even have to end up that way. So this means that having point-by-point mentality, right? So this means letting go of errors and forgetting about the lead you may have lost. So for me, I've been in the tournament, I've been up, and I've been serving for the match, and then I blew it. So I think I have to work on this. Also, I have to play each point if it's the only one, because I always think like, oh, it's over, you know, but then it's not over, and then it gets reversed, you know. So it doesn't mean forgetting about the lead you may have lost and not being affected by your opponent's winners, because that's what I was affected with when I play my matches. But honestly, living in the moment and focusing only on the task at hand, which is the next point. And a good way to do this is to build the next point in your mind before you go out and play it. So this could be when you're collecting the balls for your serve or return, or when you go to get your towel, or during your breaks. So that's why all the pros have towels in the courts. That's why they bring food, so they have time to recover, maybe gain some energy, and just think about, okay, what's this guy's weakness? Why does this guy keep hitting winners on me? I have to figure out a way to do this. So yeah, so you can use the time to recover, and you can let your heart rate drop into the idle zone, and you can also build up the point in your mind. So this would be like the first and second shot on your serve, or the return strategy when returning. So I think that this last and final step is probably one of the biggest steps. So it is fight and never giving up. Honestly, you just have to prove people that you're really good. Some people throw in the towel, or that's an expression for give up as soon as they lose the first set. Like if you lose the first set 6-0, you're like, oh, it's over. I've had many encounters where I have lost the first set. Once I lost the set and I was down 6-1, 4-0, and then I came back 6-1, 4-6, and then I won the tiebreak 10-6, which is actually really cool. But the great thing about the scoring system in tennis is honestly, you're never out of a match, even in the worst like position. A few points can change the momentum of a match drastically. So if it's like 40-15, you only have to win 2 points in order to tie that deuce, you know. But the more you show your opponent that you're there to fight and you won't give up, that's the more likely it is to affect them mentally. And before long, that'll have an effect on their performance, and then it'll have an effect on your performance, and it'll probably make your shots better. So that's gonna end today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope everybody enjoyed. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you're new. We're having plenty of content coming out this month because it's gonna be a new year. So make sure to like, subscribe, and also if you guys wanna be next week's shoutout or this week's shoutout possibly, make sure to like this video and comment done if you're done. And if you've done it, make sure to subscribe. You can have those 2 options. And with that, everybody, I'll be seeing you guys next time. Peace.